piece of music flowing, game songs above the web on consumer demand, is wide recognized as possessing stored the piece of music production, next an era of piece of music pirate noted by declining CD and vinyl record turnover. Yet songwriters and musicians include length complained how they're not receive their equitable stake of the remnant, but now a quantity of technology begin UPS are hard to assist them get which they're owed and offer them more than monitoring. Dan Haggis, drum in Liverpool gang The Wombats, is a lucky person. The gang's 4 scrapbook, Nice Human Beings Will Spoil Yours Lifetime, newly introduced the UK diagram at quantity 3, a carrier top. And the period about, they stay to do more than cash of their successful. The is since they've signed to Cobalt, a technique-driven piece of music services business how gives songwriters and bands full property of their job and a more stake of revenue rather than has historically been the instance in the production. We never utilized to do any cash since we were ever profitable off our woo, recalls Haggis, whose gang shaped in 2003. We'd get on a 20% stake of rental income and the sticker would hold the otherwise. Currently we get to hold on 90% of which we earn money. He's such a distinction, it fair done feeling. Some technology begin UPS such as mycelium and tune are as well hard to use new technique, such as blockchain, to offer more than finance force behind to piece of music creative professionals and assist them path downward which they're owed. Mycelium, a believe and do pot of piece of music professionals set up by London-based painter Imogen Pyle, argues how possessing a checked world register of artists and their plant would assist do the fee trial more than translucent. And Tune, a new flowing facility and payments plate, is relying on the Ethereum blockchain and promises to get more than cash money to artists by profitable 80% of the rental income engendered by their streams to them immediately. It was the Byzantium environment of the piece of music production's payments framework how encouraged Cobalt's Swedish founding member, Willard Odritz, to set up his piece of music publication and technique plate, in the aim of collecting and monitoring artists' chant fee lot more than rapidly and exactly. Clients can see on an app how lot income their plant are generative globally in actual period. Clarity is perhaps the key speech, says Haggis. One of the problems today has been the absence of metadata information concomitant chant data, argues piece of music author Stuart Dredge. If a record lacks the required credits for the writers, performers, and producers, they may not get their cut off. Flowing isn't the bad guy, he says, yet he's glowing a lighting on several of the piece of music production's historical problems about information and ascription and manufacturing. Certainly the law human beings get pay. But piece of music analysis Mark Mulligan is very skeptical of blockchain's capacity to be a strength in the piece of music industry. No sticker or rights associate is departure to enable blockchain to profit any pulse since they trust on a absence of clarity. Down there's a enormous sum of income house never ascribed correctly since of dirty information and how fair goes direct to the lower link of recording tag and publishers, he says. Time as called gallery agencies will try to path downward royal power payments for artists and defend their copyright law. They recognize how the isn't ever lightweight taking into account the facility environment of a world production how now has so lot allocation platforms. PRS for Piece of Music, one of the UK's largest piece of music license societies, is implicated in a multi-ethnic draft in Berlin-based ICE operative that is trying to automation copyright law handling with puff computational and car training. Down there's an terrible lot more than to creation a success chant rather than largest human beings understand, explains PRS head execution Robert Ashcroft. It doesn't fair occur. Of the concept to the crafting, of the mechanical engineering to the audio manufacture and promote, he's the outcome of a lot of vocational force. Superior technique authorizing royal power monitoring and payments tool how artists and writers are start to get pay for the at first period in markets such as China, wherever pirate has previous dominated. Flowing is now raking in more than rather than $5 billion, pound, globally for the 3 main piece of music groups, Versatile, Sony Piece of Music and Warner, significantly more than rather than the $3 billion of turnover of CDs and vinyl record accounting records. Services such as Spotify, Deezer, Periodic, Home Piece of Music, YouTube and Amazon Piece of Music include be the D. In fact way lot of us now resource our favorite tunes. Spotify dominates, account for about couple thirds of all chant streams. But it pays lot piece of music tag less than rather than a dime per flow. How lot of how the lyricist or gang gets depends on the transactions it has in the sticker, but the relation of sticker revenue to painter revenue is approximately 4:1. Nice news story for songwriters. Meantime, Cobalt continues to increase in popular. The company now manages on 1 millionth songs and accounts for approximately 40% of the songs on the UK and US Top 100 charts. Its list of artists includes Max Martin, who company wrote traffic such as Tremble It Off for Taylor Rapid and Cry for Katy Perry, as domestic names such as Lord, Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters, Sir Gender McCartney, Pet Store Boys and Enrique Iglesias. And it is now driving in piece of music record as so. The Wombats Dan Haggis hopes how superior technique will assist save the gangs next. In any good luck we will begin possessing several cache of every of the flowing services every monthly to hold the gang departure so how we don't include to trust on game dwell and marketing trade, he says. He's type of an breathtaking period very, setting how force behind in band's hands, giver you monitoring of yours carrier and wherever thou re departure in he.